嘿，我係劉華，係一個冇咩錢但係靠自己去咗英國留學嘅一個英國留學畢業生。咁相信大家以前有睇開我嘅頻道咧，都會知道我係講啲英國大學升學嘅嘢啦。但係點解我有一段時間冇做呢個升學嘅嘢咧？因為呢段時間我就真係去物色緊一啲有經驗去幫我哋亞洲學生去做呢個英國升學或者外國升學嘅流程嘅人喎。咁啱咧，咁我最近就真係會物色咗一個大學教授，佢亦都咧幫助我哋亞洲學生啊、韓國學生咧，有好多唔同嘅案例、成功案例，去幫助我哋去到外國讀大學，甚至用免費都可以讀到大學嘅喎。
Hi, yeah, I'm Randy. I'm an assistant professor teaching in South Korea, and I graduated with a master's from Boston University. My master's is in higher education leadership, and I have a teaching certificate from Harvard.
咁我今日就有 Randy 嚟啦，佢係一個美國人，咁亦都喺我哋亞洲地區又教過書喎，咁所以佢一定好知道、好清楚亞洲同埋西方嘅大學嘅分別係啲咩咯。因為我亦都有去過英國讀書啦，咁所以都知道我哋亞洲學生會有啲犯錯，可能用我哋亞洲嗰套帶咗去西方嘅一啲犯錯喎。So what mistake, maybe one mistake that students always make in the classroom?
Well, when it comes to international students, one of the common things that happens and that I've experienced and that my students abroad have also told me is they don't participate enough in class. And a lot of the times, they might be anxious or nervous, or they don't know if what they're going to say is the right answer. And in my experience, students let that fear block them from participating, raising their hand, asking questions, or even sharing their opinions. So it's hard for them, one, because they're speaking their second language, but two, it's because it's a different style class. A lot of the times, the professors really encourage you to express your opinions. They really encourage you to participate because it's part of the learning experience.
因為咧，我之前喺英國讀書嘅時候咧，亦都有相同嘅問題喎。因為我知道可能我哋亞洲學生比較保守啦，比較怕醜啦。咁我哋喺上堂嘅時候咧，都唔會夠膽去舉手問問題，甚至答問題嘅。We don't raise up our hands to answer question or ask what we don't know. Is it Asian students?
Absolutely.
Yeah. 所以咧，但係去到外國嘅時候咧，我就發現，哇，大家真係好主動，外國人。They will raise up their hands maybe in the lecture course, in the lecture.
In like a
maybe huge amount of students, maybe 100 students. They will say, Professor, sir, I have a question.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nightmare situation, even for a native speaker.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it depends on the class. Like, if it's a huge lecture hall, I don't think, even in my experience, that I ever did that. But, in the smaller classes where it's like 50 students or less, absolutely. But yeah, huge lecture hall with like over 100 students, even I think I would be nervous.
Okay.
Yeah.
啱佢都講到話，可能細班少少咧就會常見啲啦，因為喺亞洲啦，係個老師同你講去教你嘢，而喺外國咧係我哋教翻佢嘢，即係個感覺啦，好似我哋教翻佢嘢。點解咧？因為我哋多數嘅時間咧都係我哋講，我哋去討論。So in maybe in a small class, we will discuss a lot instead of the teacher talk a lot. Is it? Your experience? How will you?
Yeah, I think obviously it depends on your major. If you're in the hard sciences and things like that, you might have less interaction with the teacher. But if you're in the humanities or you're taking gen ed courses, it's almost expected that you participate. In actuality, just go for it. Just express your opinion, even if you think what you're saying is wrong. You might not realize that somebody else in the classroom also thinks like you. And so the professor uses every opportunity as a teaching moment. And they'll most likely, she or he will not scold you for your opinion.
Yes.
They won't judge you. They literally just want that interaction because that helps them feel like they're also doing their job.
Yeah. 係啦，呢個就係一個非常之大嘅分別，就係一個學習文化啦，喺亞洲同埋外國學習文化。喺亞洲咧就係一個填鴨式教育 ，spoon feeding， 即係個 spoon feeding。喺外國咧就係我哋多啲討論嘅，教授咧叫我哋，喂，你俾個問題你討論啦，話翻俾個答案俾我聽，咁樣嘅。除咗呢個教學模式之外啦，相信亦都好多人都會想知道，究竟亞洲學生成日都講話，大學嘅排名要考到一個好嘅大學先有一份好嘅工作。咁究竟喺大學教授嘅角度嚟講，係咪一個大學排名係一個非常之重要嘅嘢咧？So do you think uni ranking is important, maybe for our career path or other things?
I mean, there are some cases where the uni ranking is important. I don't want to say that it's not important because it is, but it's not something that you need to be so stressed out about. Like it doesn't really affect you in terms of getting an actual job. A university ranking might help you get an interview. It might help you get your foot in the door, but it's certainly not going to guarantee you getting the job itself. So you know, if you don't get into like one of those top schools, we're talking Ivy League or Cambridge or Oxford and things like that. And Ivy League, remember, is Harvard and Princeton and Brown and those schools.
The top tier, the famous school.
MIT, but you know, MIT is not even Ivy League, but it's still, you know, like a baby Ivy League. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get into one of those schools, because even if you get into top 50, if you get into top 100, it's something to be proud of. Absolutely. So yeah, don't focus so much on the ranking that you lose sight of the overall experience that you're going to have when you study abroad. I think the most important thing is if you look at the university in total, look at the location where you're going to be at. So like, for example, say you're studying STEM, you're studying computer science. Are you going to be in San Francisco in the Bay Area, or are you going to be in the middle of nowhere? What kind of connections can you make in your community that will help you after you graduate? You know, are you a finance major? Are you going to study in New York City where Wall Street is, or are you going to study in the rural area where you don't have any contact with anybody, any employers and things like that? So analyze the university and their teaching style. Make sure that they teach like you want to learn. You know, if you don't like huge lecture halls, then maybe that university isn't for you. So try to do some research and go on the internet, go on Reddit, and read about real students' experiences so you can get a better idea, and don't just get all of your information from the university website itself.
Absolutely. 因為咧除咗啱啱佢講嗰樣嘢，就係我哋應該 focus 喺我哋自己興趣，應該講大學 provide 咗啲咩俾我哋。咁呢個其實帶出嘅就係咩咧？我哋唔應該 focus 喺一個大學排名上面，而係 focus 喺一個點樣去培養我哋嘅能力上面。I remembered professor, as we are Asian student, right?
Yeah.
We talk about how the uni ranking is important.
Right.
The foreign professor do this for me. This is a certificate. Okay. He do like this.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or
Exactly.
Asian student.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
So 所以所有嘢喺大學教授，無論係呢個教授又好，定係我以前嘅教授都好，佢哋最主要着重嘅唔係嗰張俾人揸抄嘅嗰張紙啊，最主要嘅係你嘅能力點樣喺大學生活裡面 build up 到你嘅能力，呢個先係最重要嘅嘢。So do you have any advice for the student when it comes to study in Western country?
Beyond just participating in class and, you know, enjoying your life on campus, I think one of the things that a lot of my students express to me when they're finished studying abroad or while they're there is that they always say, Randy, I wish I didn't study so much. And don't get me wrong, grades are important, study, your GPA is good, but at the same time, make sure you have balance, like have your work-life balance, have your friends, have time to just relax and go out and have fun. Don't forget that you're in another country. Enjoy your life and have different experiences that you otherwise couldn't have in Hong Kong.
因為咧外國咧有好多唔同嘅活動係香港冇嘅，真係可能skydiving 啊嗰啲咧係香港真係冇嘅，所以真係我當時係後悔嘅，因為我當時去外國嘅時候咧，同好多嘅亞洲學生一樣啦，都係咁供 GPA， 係咁讀書，係咁讀書，但係最後一個疫情搞到咩活動都冇參加。嗱咁去到呢度咧，我知道大家仲有好多嘅問題想問嘅，因為片長有限啦，所以就冇辦法解答到所有嘅問題。但係如果大家想問啲關於升學嘅問題啊，點樣去揾學校啊，點樣報學校啊，甚至係我點樣揀學校等等嘅一切問題，大家都喺下面留言話俾我哋聽，去問我哋嘅。我同 Randy 咧都可以隨時會解答大家嘅問題嘅。我哋咧會想搞一個 webinar，online webinar，會同大家喺 online 現場咁樣解答大家所有嘅問題嘅。所以如果大家係有興趣嘅話咧，歡迎喺下面留言話俾我聽，你真係想 join 呢個 webinar，同埋可以隨時問我哋所有你哋想知嘅問題。好，咁今日條片就嚟到呢度啦，我哋再一次多謝Randy，thank you Randy。OK， 好，咁我哋下次再見啦。OK，see you。